Roberts with the red lettering and numbers, and Miami in the road greens with the orange fringes and the white names and numbers. As the Cavinders are the first to touch the ball for Miami, they'll be going right to left on your screen to start things off. Hannah Cavinder with the ball, a graduate from Gilbert, Arizona. We'll talk more about this through the course of the game as the first bucket is scored by Cameron Williams. 4 graduate students in the starters for Miami and a senior, and then you look at this Louisville squad, and it's a young team off the bench, and their veterans are in that starting lineup. And here's the first look at the sensational freshman Tajianna Roberts. There's Nyla Harris, one of the leaders of this team, a junior. Now Olivia Cochran, or excuse me, Jalea Williams, the Miami transfer, driving out front and scoring against her old team.
Yeah, Jalea Williams, that's what you're going to see with her do, is getting to the basket.
There's the starting lineup for Miami. It's been the same starting lineup with the exception of 1 game so far this season. In the corner for 3, and that is not one of Miami's strong points, 3-point shooting, as Natalia Marshall missed, but the Hurricanes tracked down the offensive board, and the foul is going to be on Nyla Harris.
And Jeff, that's one thing we're going to see a lot of tonight, is Miami likes to set ball screens, and Louisville's really going to have to do a good job of defending it and not leaving 3-point shooters open.
Hannah Cavinder, 2-time All-Mountain West selection at Fresno State. Her and her sister transferring to Miami. Here's Hannah Cavinder out front. Hands it off to her sister, driving on Harris. No good, and the rebound is tracked down by Harris.
Louisville really looking to push the tempo, trying to get some transition buckets. Their defense is going to create their offense.
Jalea Williams from South Florida, playing against her old team. 81 career starts for the Hurricanes as Tajianna Roberts steps into one. Cochran tracks it down, repost. And the second effort is good from Cochran.
Yeah, Cochran, the past few games have stepped up really big for this Louisville team, and she's going to need to continue to do the same tonight.
Averaging 13 points, 8 rebounds over the last 4 games, Olivia Cochran. Now 24 of 41 from the field in that stretch. So really coming to life as a key player for Louisville. Always has been, but adding more scoring of late. Nice backdoor cut. Cavinder. Crowd wanted to travel. This is Williams on the spin. One for its first 4, Miami. Cochran for 3. Got it!
And she can do it all.
A great start for the Cardinals.
You know, Jeff, that's not something you see a lot of, but you've definitely, over the course of this year, she's hit a few.
And she's added that to her game. You talked about that at the start of the season, that she was trying to add a little bit more shooting touch and range.
Yeah, and that's when you know it's going to be a good night for her, when she hits that 3-point shot. Gives you a little bit more boost of a confidence. Little step or turnaround jump shot. And then, you know, nice, Jalea Williams gets to the midline and just kicks it out. And she has the confidence to hit that shot. We talked about it, she's been working on it a little bit in practice. They do shoot 3s every day.
Bucket is good there for Miami to end a little bit of a scoring drought. There's Roberts who converted it. Cavinder tracks that one down. We know this is going to be an important game for both teams as Cavinder's pull-up J, no good. Harris, another rebound, but she lost it. Good effort from Marshall, and couldn't get the lay-in to go. Roberts driving on Cavinder and flips it in.
Jeff, I like that decision. She gave a little hesitation and just, instead of taking the easy pull-up jump shot, which she can hit, she saw that one-on-one and got to the basket and was able to make the layup.
Jordan Brand Classic participant, top-rated player in that high school senior class, Tajianna Roberts.
Yeah, nice kick up. she just gives a little hezzy and takes her one-on-one.
The inbounds, and there's a giveaway. Jayda Curry. Easy lay-in for her. Won't get any easier than that. Her second start since coming back from injury.
And Jeff Walls over on the sideline saying, get up, pressure them more. He wanted that inbound steal. You make that layup, and that's one of those, he talks about daggers that, you know, you make the layup and then you turn around and steal the ball on defense. It really gets to the other team.
Cavinder with a really nice move to her left. Curry out front, Cochran thinking about it. Williams trying to drive, and it was last touched by Miami. And Louisville coming into this game really had to get that win at Boston College, just keep that momentum going. We talked about the chance to win their 4th and 5, but they actually 3 times in the last 4 games coming into this have shot 50% or better, which is a game changer for any team.
Oh yeah, definitely. When Louisville or any team shoots the ball over 50%, you've got a pretty good chance of winning.
Forced 23 turnovers and got 28 points off of it, so Miami will be minding its P's and Q's in possession. As the jumper just unlucky for Tajianna Roberts, who's having a great season so far. Good pace to this game early.
Yeah, both teams pushing the tempo. A little bit too much on that one.
Well, catch your breath, folks. 4:31 to go in the first quarter. Louisville's out front.
You see right now, and if they can get this road win, they're sitting pretty.
A lot of connections to this region. Coached at Evansville as well and went to Purdue. It's a short drive past Indianapolis up in West Lafayette. As play continues, Louisville switches back out left. The three-pointer is no good. And it's stolen back by Roberts. A Roberts on Roberts crime.
And Tajianna Roberts is one of those players who her defense creates her offense. She's kind of that spark player, getting her hand in the passing lane, stealing the ball just like she did there.
And May Adams just checked into the game and has it taken away by Williams. And a quick burst from Louisville has Miami on its heels in the early stages of this one.
Yeah, Jeff, and that's one thing that for Miami's keys to the game I had this game is they have to be able to take care of the basketball because Louisville is really good at jumping those passing lanes and getting turnovers.
Cavinder steps back for 3, missed it. And it's been hard sledding for her in the early going. As the layup on the other end is good. And Colip wants a timeout. Miami is frustrated. And Louisville up 17-6. And a 6-0 burst here as the Cards flying. Back here in Louisville, Miami, 4 turnovers in the last 3.5 minutes. Louisville 6 points off those turnovers. And that has helped the Cardinals build a double-digit lead here in this first quarter. It has been all Louisville, 8 of 13 from the field to start, and a lot of them have been easy buckets.
Yeah, Jeff, and I know I keep saying it, but if you notice, their defense is creating their offense right now, talking about the Louisville Cardinals, and Miami's just got to settle down, take care of the basketball, and try to get Haley Cavinder going.
The Cards are doing all this without fouling, just 1 foul so far. That was on a scrum for a rebound. As Adams trying to set the offense. There's a 3 ball from Roberts, trying to get going And it's no good. It fell all the way out to Berry. Berry checking in Amari Berry, one of the many talented freshmen on this team. Curry steps into a jumper. It's good.
Jayda Curry really stepping up for this Louisville Cardinals team. We talked about she was out the first 4 games of the season and has finally picked back up her same pace that she played with last year.
Just trying to get something going, Miami. 3 of 12 from the field until that 3, a big one from Marshall, much needed for the Canes.
Yeah, and that's something the Canes don't do excellent, shoot the 3-point shot. They take 30% of their shots have been 3-point shots this year, so they're really looking to get to the basket. They're an excellent free throw shooter, but that was a good, nice one to knock down.
And that's who you want to find. Marshall shooting 40% from 3 at 6'5". That is a huge plus for Miami. As Elif Estenbalolu checks in, the sophomore from Turkey, and Marissa Russell checks in. Russell, in the last meeting between these two teams last season, had 12 points, 11 in the 4th quarter to help Louisville get a big win on the road down in Coral Gables. And she had been in the starting lineup. Curry entering the starting 5, and Russell moving back to that 6th player role that she does so well. Down to 10 on the shot clock here. Everything has been a battle on the offensive end so far from Miami. They got to get something up. Williams bailed out with a foul underneath by Berry.
And if you notice, Jeff, Jayda Curry is not leaving Haley Cavinder, and I think that's what's messing up Miami's offense right now, is she's not getting any touches because Jayda Curry is literally face guarding her no matter what.
Fresh 20 back on the clock. As Hannah Cavinder comes back in for Marshall. Curry just smothering Cavinder. Berry guarding her sister out front. Nice little shifty dribble, and she draws the foul.
And we talk about Haley all the time, but that's one thing is Hannah Cavinder, she's definitely a look to pass point guard first, but she can score the basketball, and she's proved it before. So she's going to need to step up this game, especially with her sister Haley being face guarded.
At the line for Miami, number 15, Hannah Cavinder will shoot 2.
And this is a good free throw shooting team, Miami. Shooting 80% as a team as we get a look at Jeff Walls. You know the resume at this point. The guy has won a lot of basketball games for Louisville, and he's been very, as always, brutally honest about his young team and the growth that they're going through. But I think he's starting to see what their potential is as they start to rack up some wins.
Oh yeah, he knew coming into it that it's not going to be pretty all the way through, but January, it's a start of a new season. It's something he always talks about is you continue to grow, and you want to peak in March. You don't have to peak in November, December, even January, but you want to be playing your best basketball at the end of the season.
Hannah Cavinder moves it across the timeline, off to her sister, guarded by Curry. Good defense again, Adams. Has it deflected by Berry on the far side.
And Jeff, I've also noticed Louisville doing a really good job of just keeping their player they're guarding in front of them, not letting them get anything easy for the most part. You're always going to have some game slippage, but Jeff Walsh should be happy so far.
Cavinder, nice dish to the corner. Roberts, no good. Roberts struggling a little bit from 3. Ball no good, but Russell pulls it down. Curry thought about it. Steps into a jumper and draws the foul on Roberts out front. Perhaps a little bit of a rushed jumper there, but she'll go to the free throw line and make up for it. And Jayda Curry from Corona, California, a senior, obviously missed the start of the season with injury and was really a player that in every season preview, any conversation about Louisville was going to be talked about as a critical player for her, for this team.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at her last 2 games, she has really stepped up, averaging 14 points per each of those last 2 games, and she's a veteran player. She knows what Louisville basketball is. She can shoot the 3, and you know, sometimes when you're out with an injury, especially 4 games and not practicing, it takes a little bit of time to get back in your groove and your rhythm. So she's definitely done that, especially the last 2 games.
And has been building up her minutes primarily from the bench until getting a start against BC. And there's a steal out front. It's Harris, and it's converted. Louisville just crushing Miami on points off turnovers. That has been the story of the game so far. 8 points now, 10 points off turnovers for Louisville. As Cavinder gets one back, much needed with the shot clock off.
And Jeff, I do want to point out, Miami was down to UNC by a good amount. I don't know the exact amount, but they were able to work their way back in the game. So that's something to watch in the second quarter, is if they can work their way back into this basketball game.
Well, that's going to help start that process. A late bucket for Miami through Williams.
Offense, and that was one thing per Louisville's coaches, that Louisville had to come into the game today. Their #1 key to the game was their defense, and they've done a great job so far in the first quarter.
And 2 of the big-time scorers for this Miami team, Haley Cavinder and Jasmine Roberts. As you see a 3-ball there, just 2 for their first 9 from the field, 4 points in the early stages of this one. They've had to work for everything. Here's Roberts out front. And notable that Curry is on Cavinder. The different Cavinder, the Hannah Cavinder. Haley Cavinder guarded by Williams. What adjustments do you think were discussed during that essentially a long timeout?
Yeah, definitely. For Miami, they just have to take care of the basketball. They're in a, it looked like because Haley Cavinder was getting pressured so much, they were kind of out of sorts. So they just got to settle down, take care of the basketball, and get some shots within their offense. And for Louisville, just keep pushing the tempo, keep creating offense from their defense, and keep playing to have fun. It looks like they're actually having fun out there and playing together more than I've seen in the past.
Well, on that possession, just couldn't quite get sorted out to get a shot away as a shot clock violation. A good defensive stand from Miami. As the Hurricanes trying to climb their way back into this game. It was 23-10 for a quick pair of buckets for Miami. Helped them get back to single digits at the end of that first quarter. Nice backdoor cut from Cavinder. And the feed from Leah Harmon was a good one. Freshman guard on the floor for Miami. There's Russell. Cochran in the post. Istanbulolu turns and finishes.
Very nice move from Istanbulolu. That's one thing we talked about before Christmas break when we did some games, is just Jeff Walls always was talking about how his post players got the ball and like to dribble, and she just made a nice, she got the ball, turned and shot it, and that's what he likes to see.
5 quick points for the sophomore from Istanbul. As Tajianna Roberts checks back in for Jayda Curry.
This is number 30, Jayda Curry.
Even on the baseline out of bounds plays for Miami, it's been a real challenge to get the ball in. They've turned it over on those, and they did again there. The Canes keep fighting. 6 on the shot. Cavinder, catch and shoot. And that's a tough shot. Rebound by Roberts. Louisville 10 of 11 on twos. 2 of 7 from 3. And that's going to be 3 seconds. Good call there. The referees tonight, by the way, Tiara Cruz, Tiffany Bird, and Katie Lukanich.
Checking in for the Hurricanes.
As Marshall checks out.
Replacing number 21,
And Cameron Williams, a transfer from Michigan, back on the floor, starter. He's had a strong season so far for Miami out of Chicago.
And Jeff, it's good to note Haley Cavinder averaging 18 points this season. Right now, she's only at 2 points in this game.
And just took a hard hit underneath off the nice back cut. They've had a couple nice back cuts that have made Louisville scramble a little bit there.
Yeah, very nice back cut. And that's one thing Louisville does not want to do is put this Miami team to the free throw line. And that's something Miami wants to do is keep attacking the basket, keep getting those nice backdoor cuts and trying to get some easy points when the time is stopped.
76% free throw shooter, Cavinder. As Haley Cavinder this season, just huge numbers across the board. And don't sleep on the 5 assists. I mean, that is a big asset as well for someone who's scoring as much as she is, that she can find other people and distribute.
For sure. She does a really nice job of knowing when to get her shots and when to give others theirs. Just the leader of this team.
And this underneath from Roberts. This is Hannah Cavinder. Trying to push the pace. Down under 7 minutes now in the second quarter. Both teams 1-1 in the ACC. 10 on the shot. Tough drive and finish from Cavinder. And a show of emotion at the end. She's had to work tonight, but you can see why she's one of the top scorers in the country.
Oh yeah, that's one thing. Just spread the floor and let her go to work. She just takes her defender one-on-one and is able to get the basket to roll. Get the ball to roll, excuse me.
And that is 2 fouls now on Tajianna Roberts.
At the line for Miami.
A key note there. Miami was picked to finish 8th in the ACC. Louisville picked to finish 4th. Both teams will have their eyes on the NCAA tournament. Russell's 3, way off. Unlike her. Miami now starting to climb back into this game as Cavinder to the tin. Missed the layup. That was a heck of a move. Reposting is Cochran. Turns. Couldn't get the jumper to fall. And all of a sudden, Louisville has gone a little bit cold on offense. They haven't scored in 2 minutes.
Miami doing a really nice job of getting to the basket. They're just going to have to be able to hit those layups.
Now 4 of 7 on layups as Russell splashed down for the Cards, and it's back to a 10-point lead. Just felt like that was one of those baskets that Louisville needed.
Yeah, Miami was starting to creep back a little bit. Marissa Russell steps up and knocks down a 3-point shot, and back to a 10-point game.
Williams met by Williams and still flips it up and in with the left hand.
Cameron Williams averaging 12 points, 6 rebounds. She's another one of this Miami team players that can really go to work in the post.
There's Williams. And a foul is called on the floor. That's Harmon who has whistled for it. A freshman from Patterson, New Jersey, out of IMG Academy. Down in the west coast of Florida.
Checking in for Miami is number 5, Anae Adams.
Couple subs back on for both teams. Curry and Harris. And McKinley Randolph, the freshman, highly decorated high school prospect and the daughter of Zach Randolph. Miami brought in Adams and took Harmon off. Down under 10 on the shot clock. Curry on the drive. Roberts pull-up jumper is good, and gave a little look at the bench there. Cavinder guarded by Roberts. Nice pass underneath. I don't know how that got through. And Williams couldn't get the layup to fall. And now Curry the chance at a three. No good. Williams now has 6 points and 4 boards for Miami. Cavinder pull-up Jay, no good.
Jeff, the offensive tempo right now is just up and back. Fast-paced game.
Roberts for three. Got it! Tajianna Roberts, a big shot. Under 4 minutes, we'll take a break as Louisville getting contributions from beyond the arc from their freshmen. Great start, and Miami had started to creep back into this game. Tajianna Roberts has now registered her 11th double-digit scoring game of her young career as a freshman. And when she's getting it going like this, she's hard to defend.
Yeah, Taj Roberts has really been excellent from the start, especially her last 2 games. But in the past 10 out of 13 games, she has scored in double figures, so she can definitely score the basketball. But what I like to see is how her defense creates her offense. She gets in those passing lanes early, gets some easy scoring, and then once you see the ball go in once, it opens up the basket so much wider. And then you really start getting yourself going.
5 of 9 from the field, Roberts. Miami out of the break, gets it inside to Williams, a nice move and finish. It's back to an 11-point game. Roberts, a little quick pass to Harris, who steps into the foul line jumper. Harris has also been a sneaky important player for Louisville her entire career. Just does a lot of the dirty work. And the foul is on the floor. That's on Cameron Williams, her first foul.
Checking into the Hurricanes, number 21, Natalia Marshall.
Marshall back on the floor for Miami. Jalea Williams averaged 7 points, 4.5 rebounds, and almost 3 assists for Miami last year. Helped the Canes have a really good year. Harris again from the foul line. That time no good, but McKinley Randolph tracks it down. Follow-up jumper's no good though. Cavinder with the rebound. Such a good rebounding guard. Haley Cavinder.
Out of bounds, Cardinal ball.
And those are the turnovers that kill coaches, because I know the live ball ones lead to layups and those things, but that's just an empty giveaway.
Yeah, that's one that now Louisville has the opportunity to spread this game out even more.
It was 28-21. And Miami had the momentum, but Louisville is back in control. Corner three is good as Roberts takes a look at the Miami bench after that one.
And Taj Roberts is having herself a ball game tonight.
14 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal to go with it. Williams has been reliable in the post. Cavinder in the corner, way off. And they have just been so physical on defense, Louisville. And the foul underneath is called.
Jeff, and Louisville just really dominating this game right now. Miami looks a little bit lost. That's something you don't see often. Haley Cavinder missing that 3-point shot with an air ball, but then you got Jalea Williams just going to the basket, trying to draw the foul. It was a good take.
I think she was whistled for a foul on the pursuit there by, it was Randolph. her first foul. Miami trying to snap a 2-minute scoring drought.
Louisville's defense is really making Miami work tonight. They are not giving them anything easy.
And Miami has done a good job slowing down the turnovers in this quarter, but now it just seems like everybody's there on the catch. It's just been hard work. They've got 8 seconds here to get a shot away in this possession as halftime approaches. Cavinder trying to get all the way to the rim. Nice pass to Williams, and she missed the layup. That was exactly what Miami wanted out of that, and couldn't get it to fall. And a killer 3 opportunity is no good for Roberts.
Yeah, beautiful pass by Cavinder, and that's one of those layups you wish you could get back.
And that was a big moment too, because Tajianna Roberts just picked up her 3rd foul. So she has been red hot, 14 points, a third of Louisville's scoring in this game, but she's got 3 fouls.
Checking in for the Cardinals, number 11, Istanbul Blue. Placing number 22, Tajianna Roberts.
Jeff Wall's given her a little bit of a teaching moment there. That's not a foul you need to make. Down under a minute here in this first half. Louisville up 16. It's a good Miami squad. Miami having to work for it. A very good offensive team this season, but it has been tough sledding for the Canes. Corner 3 is a good look. It's a dangerous shooter, and Marshall 40+%, but she couldn't get it to fall.
Louisville slowing down the pace for these last 20 seconds.
3-minute plus drought for Miami. As this half comes to a close, Williams 8 on the shot. Cochran steps into a jumper. She's got 7. 10 seconds to go here in this first half. Cavinder trying to find her sister, and she draws a foul with 3.8 to go. As the foul is on Istanbul. The crowd wanted a charge. Let's take a look here. Yeah, she's inside the arc.
Yeah, and she was moving her feet, sliding her feet a little bit. So that was the right call. But I want to go back real quick to Olivia Cochran. Just seeing her shoot tonight, every shot that she takes, she's in rhythm. She catches it and shoots and doesn't hesitate. And that's good to see for this Louisville basketball team.
3 for 4 tonight. 26 of her last 44 now.
At the line for Miami, number 14,
As Haley Cavinder goes to the line. It's been difficult tonight. 2 of 9 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3. She does have 4 rebounds and 2 assists. And this is a big couple of free throws for Miami. This has been a 12-2 Louisville run to end this first half until that free throw, to maybe just get a little bit of a door back open for Miami as this thing is ballooned out. And Canes got it to 28-21, and it's been all Louisville since. Now a chance for something at the buzzer for Williams. Almost went the length of the floor, but the clock ran out on her. Well, the Hurricanes trying to find their first win on the road at Louisville since 2019. As Louisville 9-3 all time against the Canes, although Miami has won twice in the Derby City. And right off the bat, a frustrating start for Miami off the steal for Jalea Williams. Marissa Russell in the starting lineup out of the halftime break. Tajianna Roberts has 3 fouls. And Roberts leading all scorers with 14, but they'll want to keep her active in the fourth quarter as Nyla Harris with the acrobatic finish.
And that was just a great basketball play by Marissa Russell, realizing that 2 were coming at her. Nyla Harris took the backdoor cut, a nice pass.
11 assists against 6 turnovers for Louisville. That is a great ratio for any team, and Jeff Walls will be very happy about that. As Miami working through possession, 10 on the shot clock. Cavinder trying to get to her left hand. What a finish from Cavinder. And she took a hit as she fell. She has had to work for everything, but she's had some ridiculous finishes tonight.
Yeah, that was an excellent finish, and that's the thing. Look at her footwork on this. So she gets the pass. She's a smaller guard, only 5'6", so the footwork to get that ball up and over Jayda Curry, who's also luckily not that big either, but she has definitely had to work for her shots tonight.
A chance here for Cavinder to get her 12th point, 3 of 10 from the field, but a couple of and ones for the grad student. And she makes the free throw. 7 of 8 now from the free throw line, Miami. And that's got it back to a 15-point game.
And that's one thing I would like to see Miami do is try to get to the basket, try to make Louisville foul them. Just because they're such good free throw shooters, that's a way to work their way back in this game when the clock stopped in their favor.
Foul called there was on Haley Cavinder. She's got 1. And it's good news for Miami that she hasn't been stacking them up. Cochran going to work in the post on Williams. 5 on the shot clock. Curry has to just get something up. Cochran steps into a 3. And that's going to be a shot clock violation. Good defense there from Miami.
Yeah, Miami doing a really nice job, especially that possession of making Louisville pass the ball on the perimeter. They threw it in a few times, kicked it out, but Miami had lockdown defense on that possession.
Louisville averaging 1.2 points per possession so far. Very efficient night offensively for the Cards. And Miami making them work the last couple possessions. Here's Roberts. They'd love to get her going offensively. Downhill and flips it up and in. The crowd wanted the offensive foul call, and they aren't going to get it. Jeff Walls is livid, pleading his case.
Everybody is not happy, the crowd, with that call, but good take by Roberts, way to be strong. And that's one thing, Miami doesn't love to shoot the outside three-point shot, but they're really gonna have to work to get to the basket. And Louisville in the first half did a really nice job of keeping their players in front of them, but that was just a good take by Roberts. I mean, no comment.
A tough angle,
yeah,
admittedly,
definitely.
from that. Hard to see the feet.
It's so hard when it's close because that's the thing. You never know if you're still moving, the defender's still moving their feet. It's hard when it's close. And usually goes in the offensive favor.
A couple of possessions in a row now where Louisville has eaten up the entire shot clock and had to force something. And now Miami has the chance to keep cutting away at the deficit. Williams draws the foul on Cochran. The crowd wanted to travel. And this is a testy moment here. They cannot lose focus amid some frustration as Louisville wants the travel call.
Miami spreading the floor on that possession, trying to work it into their post players to get Williams and Marshall going.
Perhaps shall we say, a balancing call there from the officiating crew. Travel called on Cavinder. Cochran to Russell. Russell steps into a jumper. A battle underneath for the rebound, and the foul is going to be on Cavinder, I think. It was Hannah Cavinder, her first foul, as Tajianna Roberts will check in.
Cardinals number 22, Tajianna Roberts. Replacing number 12, Olivia Cochran.
Roberts has been fantastic, 6 of 11 from the field. As that shot got deflected.
And another foul called on the Cardinals. But that's one thing. I mean, they've had some foul calls on them. The crowd's getting into it, not liking it, but this is how are they going to respond to this, okay? They've got to come together, settle down, not worry about the refs. You know, some things are uncontrollable and you can't control the refs. So even no matter if it's a good call or bad call, you can't worry about that as a player. You just got to keep playing next possession.
Russell now has 2 fouls. Louisville hasn't scored in 3 minutes, but they force a turnover. Louisville, for all the frustration, still up 13 here. 3 ball from Curry, it's an and one! This crowd wanted that and they got it. Jayda Curry, a chance at a 4-point play.
And that's exactly what you wanted if you're the Louisville Cardinals team. Like I said, had a little bit of discrepancies with the refs, didn't agree, and then Jayda Curry just stepping in, and that's a huge shot to hit to kind of give that momentum back to Louisville.
Adams caught on the step through there, and Curry, chance to get to double figures with this free throw. And she does, she's got 10. Defense ratcheting up for Louisville. And a timeout called by Miami before the scrap there. We'll take a quick step aside here. 49-30
games. It makes a difference because it's somebody that those freshmen can look up to. And when your veterans are playing well, it makes your freshmen want to step up even more.
Well, speaking of a freshman, there's Tajianna Roberts, who just snatched that pass out of the sky like a defensive end interception at the line of scrimmage. And it's a 19-point game. Now Cochran with the steal, trying to run the floor. Roberts delivers it back, a nice fast break, and it is a 21-point Louisville lead.
And this is Louisville basketball right now. Defense creating offense, sharing the basketball, moving it well. Hands up playing defense, the crowd getting into it. It's a fun game.
And the 3 ball from the corner pocket is a much needed bucket from Marshall. It would have been an 8-0 run over 35 seconds for Miami, or excuse me, for Louisville. And Miami got a big bucket there. Marshall a couple of threes tonight.
Yeah, Marshall a 40% three-point shooter, stretch forward. She's somebody on this Miami team who can hit those open shots, and who, if I'm the guards right now, trying to look to get her some more open shots to try to get this game and cut it back within 10.
Williams spins, turns, and flips it in, and a couple of quick buckets has it back to a 16-point game. Williams has had a nice game tonight, 5 of 8 from the field, 10 points, 5 boards.
And Jeff, Cameron Williams leads the conference right now, shooting 64% from the field goal, 9th nationally, so she is somebody who can also step up as well.
I'm gonna take a break here. What a game we have. Lots of momentum turns as Louisville leads by 16 midway through the first. Steals, 21 points off turnover, 8 layups, 8 for 8. A lot of them have been off those steals. Jeff Greer, Jess Lemley-McDaniel here with you, and Jess, it's just been active hands, pestering defense that has really been the difference in this one.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, the #1 key to the game for Louisville coming into this game against Miami was their defense. And they have done an excellent job of making Miami look and feel uncomfortable tonight on the offensive end. But we've still got 14 minutes left in this ball game, and that's one thing that Louisville has really been working towards, is playing a 40-minute game on the defensive end. Your offense will come, you're gonna miss shots, but defense is hard work and effort, and I think they've done a pretty good job on the defensive end tonight.
And Cards get another bite at the apple off the offensive board, and Jeff Walls shouting at Taj Roberts to please shoot the ball when you're open. Passed up the three-pointer to try to drive. Roberts 14 points in the first half. She has not scored here in this third quarter. Miami 4 for 4 from the field in the third quarter, but 5 turnovers. And that has hurt the Canes as they try to get back into this game. Here's someone they really need to get going, Roberts. And there's a steal underneath Williams. It's 3-on-1. Harris missed the layup. Unexpected miss from Nyla Harris. First missed layup of the game for Louisville as Roberts is fouled shooting the three. Barry caught her on the follow-through. And Jasmine Roberts is going to go to the line to shoot three.
And that was way Hannah Cavinder getting to the block, is able, nice pass, kick out. Amari Berry just getting her on the hand there.
We've reached the point of the game and where I understand that we're going to get a review here. In the previous interaction with the rebound, Jalea Williams took a hit to the lip, it looked like. So they're going to review that. And then there will be, I assume they'll still shoot the 3 free throws because that's a stoppage now.
Correct. Now it's just a waiting game.
Well, it'll be 3 free throws for Roberts.
Nice kick out from Hannah Cavinder, finding her 3-point shooter. And yeah, Amari Berry just gets her on the hand.
Well, it's been a tough night for Jasmine Roberts. Jasmine Roberts, 19.7 boards against UNC, has been a very effective second scorer for Miami. And tonight, just 2 for 6, 4 turnovers. So maybe this trip to the line will help her get going a little bit. And we are going to see, I believe, a first appearance here for Lamaya Hilton out of this pause. It's been a 7-player rotation for Miami and a 9-player rotation for Louisville, although 2 of those players have played 5 or fewer minutes. As we get another look at this 3-point effort. And I think that this one's a pretty standard play, and that Williams was still feeling it from the other interaction on the other end of the floor. So we'll see what the review is here as the referee's now talking about it. And a chance to sort through a couple of things. I did not see the full interaction in the skirmish under the basket.
And the refs over there still discussing what the call should be.
All right, so we are going to get our ruling here off of this interaction here. This is the one they're talking about.
So after review, it's been deemed an intentional foul. We'll have three free throws for that personal foul, and then we'll come back and shoot 2 for the unintentional. We'll get the ball.
Prior to the last foul on the opposite end of the floor, we are going to have an intentional foul against Miami, number 21.
So the foul is
Miami will get
Miami.
3 free throws for the foul, and then Louisville will get 2 free throws for the intentional on the ball at half court.
There you go. So 3 shots first for Miami, and then Jalea Williams will get 2 free throws.
And we got one more look here, just that elbow that goes up to hit Jalea Williams' face. Dean, where that was just not necessary.
Against her former team. And Roberts shooting 3 free throws. One of the weirdest things here is it's basically like a technical. And if you're like me, it's uncomfortable when you're, for most people, at the free throw line. You want to have your friends around you. And Roberts missing the first 2. A potential boost, though, for Louisville. They have not scored in 2 minutes, but they'll get 2 free throws in the ball.
And Jeff, that's something you don't see a lot of for this Miami team. They're a really good free throw shooting team. So for her to go 1 for 3 is not it is unusual.
And Jayda Curry will shoot the intentional free throws. I misspoke earlier with saying Williams will. Curry to the line, hits the first. She's 4 for 4 tonight. Has taken all of the free throws for Louisville in this game. Now 5 for 5. And a potential real swing here because Louisville didn't score. Miami comes down. They're down 16. They get a 3-point shooter fouled. And instead, 1 for 3 from the free throw line. Louisville gets 2 shots in the ball and could get it back to 20 with a 3 ball.
Correct. Huge swing in momentum as well.
Cochran. This is Roberts. 10 on the shot clock. Now Curry. Good defending here from Miami, but Louisville solving the Rubik's Cube through Roberts. Missed it. Williams with the offensive board. The crowd loves it. Cochran flips it up and in. And a steal from Jalea Williams. 3-ball, Curry, no good. And there was a whistle before that.
Timeout, Cardinals.
And Louisville, Jeff Walls called a timeout. We'll stay here. So there has been more basketball played in the last, before these last couple minutes than I promise anyone who's just joining us. There's been a lot of whistles and stoppages in the last minute or two, but Louisville gets the steal from Jalea Williams. She's got 4 steals against her former team and has just been so sneaky defensively.
And Jeff, that's one of those that, well, first, if Jayda Curry hits that shot, the crowd goes wild and it's a dagger to Miami. But that steal, it's one of those just sneakiness. You can get 1 or 2 of those a game. And that's one that I think in the first quarter, whenever Tajianna Roberts got the steal and the layup, that's what he was trying to tell his team to do. Turn around and get that steal on the inbounds play. And that's exactly what Jalea Williams did. So I'm sure he is happy about that. But that's just one that if you're Miami, you're just throwing it in casually. Louisville comes and steals that ball, and it's just like, daggone, are you serious? They just, Louisville keeps coming at him.
A typical night for Jalea Williams. 4 steals, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Not scoring a ton, but she's doing everything else. Cochran driving, left-footed scoop, and she'll go to the line. No. Foul is called underneath. A charge on Cochran. And that'll be her second. Take a look on the replay here.
Cochran's so strong. I didn't see the arm extended. Weird angle, though. The ref saw something that maybe we didn't see over here. But Cochran, I like her attacking the basket. She's got a nice little pull-up, or not pull-up jump shot, fadeaway jump shot around the basket. So being able to attack from the top of the key, being strong with the ball, kind of gets her another way to score.
Williams flips it up, no good. Jalea Williams with the rebound, trying to push the tempo. Curry for 3. Got it! And Louisville really putting the clamps down on this game in this third quarter. They've been in control most of the contest.
And Louisville just continuing to extend their lead. Miami just trying to find answers and not being able to.
Cavinder for 3, no good. Harris quietly putting together another solid performance, 8 points, 6 boards. As Cochran hits the jumper, and it's 24.
Excellent move from Cochran. It was a quick, fast move. Like we talked about earlier, she's not thinking about her shots. She knows where her defender is before she catches the ball, and that's why she's making it look so easy, being able to catch and shoot.
A 9-0 run for Louisville. Cochran 13 points and a travel called on Williams.
Jalea Williams to Jayda Curry with the knockdown 3-point shot. And then you have Curry to Cochran. Look how she just catches and shoots. Like I said, she already knew where her defender was, so she was able to turn and shoot the ball quickly.
Curry feeling it from 3. fires. Bang! Jayda Curry, 18 points, and she is cooking. 3 of 5 from 3 tonight. And she is starting to warm up over the last 3 games now. Cavinder from the corner, no good. Randolph with the tough board. Down under a minute here in this third quarter. Curry for 3. That was a little bit of a heat check, missed it. And a chance here, down under 35 seconds to get something for Miami to finish this quarter. It has ballooned to a 27-point lead as Cavinder misses the floater, puts it back up and draws the foul.
Yeah, that's one thing Haley Cavinder will do. She misses the first shot, but she'll get in there and battle for the rebound.
2 fouls on Curry as Cochran checks out.
At the line for Miami, number 14, Haley Cavinder will shoot 2.
Haley Cavinder tonight, 3 of 12 from the field. You are not going to see her struggle very often. Such a fantastic offensive player and creator, but tonight Louisville's made her work for everything. 8 of her 14 points have come from the free throw line.
And that's one thing. I think Louisville did a really nice job the first half of putting the pressure on Miami, and now the offense is just coming to them easier because they created so much of their offense in the first half from their defense, and they've just worn Miami down.
Louisville trying to run its end of quarter possession there, but didn't get a shot away. We'll take a break.
So you just never know, but Jayda Curry is that player tonight who has stepped up for this Louisville team and really has gotten the third quarter the momentum going in Louisville's favor.
Well, and you mentioned during the break there 17 assists on 26 buckets as Curry comes off a screen and splashes another one. She is on fire. And that is the player that Louisville knew it was getting from Cal, an all Pac-12 caliber player and a super offensive shooter.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. And if you're the other players on Louisville, you see whoever's getting hot, whose night it is, and everybody else is doing a nice job of setting screens and getting Jayda Curry the basketball. And Jayda Curry's doing an excellent shot of shooting the ball.
And a scoop layup, no good from Hilton. And Louisville's going to go shoot free throws on the other end. Or no, I thought they were, but they're not. They will inbound the ball here. Jalea Williams surely will be probably the most delighted of anyone as Curry misses the 3 there, beating her old team.
She was a little bit too wide open on that one.
It's Cavinder. Marshall thought about a 3. Williams trying to work in the post. She's, again, had a very good game, 12.6 boards. But it has not been met with much help from the rest of her team. Her teammates are 9 of 30 from the field. She's 6 of 10. Williams fading to her left there, hits the jumper.
Miami trying to get something going on the offensive end here.
Just has not gone well in long stretches for Miami as a 3 ball from Marshall is good. 3 for 5 tonight from 3. You can see why she's shooting at a 40% clip at high release. She's got all 3 of the 3-pointers for Miami. By the way, Jayda Curry has now surpassed her 19 points she had against Miami last year. So finding some joy against the Hurricanes. Cavinder, 3-ball, good.
Nice shot by Cavinder.
The first non-Miami or non-Marshall for Miami to make a 3.
Yeah, and that's one thing if you're Louisville. Miami shoots, 35% of their shots are three-point shots, but that's one way to work your way back in the ballgame is to start hitting open three-point shots. So Louisville needs to continue to put pressure on Miami's team.
Cavinder drives and flips it in with a lefty layup. And a timeout, Louisville, as the lead is down to 7 points and made it a ball game last time out. Start of the fourth quarter here, an 8-0 run as Miami back within 24 of its last 4, right at the 7-minute mark. And Haley Cavinder, 19 points, 5 of 14 from the field. She's had to just work for everything. She has gotten to the free throw line, but hit her first 3 of the night just now. Maybe you get her going and make things a little interesting here. There's still a lot of time left.
Yeah, Louisville's done a really nice job for 30 minutes so far of defending Miami, and that's why Jeff Walz called that timeout. He was not very happy with his team. Their whole overall goal this game was to play hard, a great game for 40 minutes, and they've done a great job so far. So he really needed to just regroup his team, and like you said, there's still 7 minutes left in this ball game, and I've seen crazier things happen.
The last thing Louisville wants to do is take a huge lead and finish a game on feelings like they didn't close strong, as Harris has the ball knocked away from Cavinder. One of my favorite things, and we've watched a lot of games together, you played for him, watching Jeff Walz. I think the angriest he gets is when players pass up shots.
Yep, pass up open shots, especially when you're hot. I mean, Jayda Curry is shooting the ball well tonight. So when she's open, she's got to shoot the ball.
And a turnover there from Miami. And it's been their kind of night. They get a little bit of a chance at some momentum, and a turnover, a missed shot, foul, something just to disrupt it a little bit.
Yeah, just back to Curry shooting the ball. I think he gets so angry because usually if you pass up a really great shot, then it usually leads to a turnover, and that's what he hates more than anything, is turning the ball over. But that's really why he gets mad.
Possession of Miami.
And it's been a lot of three-point attempts. 5 of the 6 attempts so far in this quarter from Louisville have been from 3. As the Cards have had to see if they can score from the perimeter. Tajianna Roberts is coming on for Russell, and Cochran's coming back in.
Also in for the Cardinals, number 44, Olivia Cochran.
As Nyla Harris is going to check out. Down to the final 6 minutes and change in this one. Cavinder, oh sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you're getting Miami on an 8-0 run right now.
Cavinder forced that one up. Here comes Williams. Nice pass underneath, but a block by Cavinder on Cochran. It's a great defensive play. Lost it in possession there as Cochran picks it up. A good scrum. And the held ball called. It'll be possession Louisville.
Nice pass from Julia Williams. Cochran just couldn't get it. Miami, nice block by Anaya Adams.
And they ended up calling that a foul. It was not a held ball, a foul on Cavinder. That's her second. 17 turnovers tonight for Miami. Louisville hasn't scored in 3 minutes. It tells you what type of game they've had, but they're still up 20. 6 on the shot clock. Cochran skip pass. Williams has to shoot it. Here's Harmon working with Roberts. Good defensive play there from Easton Balolu. Pass is a little too hot. I think Louisville wanted a tip there, but it'll be Miami ball. And you know, if you're Miami, it'd be 2 losses in a row now for the Canes. Frustrating way to end and start the new year, but obviously things have far more often than not gone right for Miami this season. We move to 11-3 if this score holds. There's a layup there missed by Williams. It looked like maybe she was caught off guard with how open she was. Five on the shot clock. 3 ball in the corner is no good. And Williams with another rebound. She's got 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals, and 6 points. Hey, and a block too, why not? Against her former team, Pompano Beach, Florida native, South Florida.
And Jeff, the time is on Louisville's side right now, them slowing down the tempo, trying to set something up. Use the shot clock.
Williams steps into it, got it. She's hit that shot a couple of times. A stat-stuffing evening for Jalea Williams.
You see it right there, Jalea Williams, 8 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. And she's had some really, really nice defensive plays as well tonight.
I believe that is at least a second charge drawn from Easton Balolu tonight. 19 turnovers now for Miami. That's been the story of the game. They've got more turnovers than field goals. And there's been an absolute battle every time they have been on offense. And Miami has been a very good offensive team this season. So they surely will have the chance to bounce back. We'll talk about the upcoming schedule here shortly. Louisville now working in its freshman with Bender, Berry. Jefferman's trying to flip that in, no good. But a foul was called. Arenas also on the floor. So it's 4 freshmen and Olivia Cochran. Aurora Allman coming on, the forward, redshirt freshman.
And Jeff, I just want to mention the Yum Center crowd giving those players coming out a standing ovation, so they are definitely happy with this game as well.
And Jefferman gets her first points of the ball game. And yes, a very solid performance, and there's still 2:50 left to see if it dips down below, but will be yet another game at 50% plus shooting. Louisville right at the 50% line right now. And if they stay there, that will be the 4th time in the last 5 games that they've done so. And guess what, Jess? If the score holds, they'll have won 4 of their last 5. Maybe a correlation.
That's a good confidence booster. Of course, when you're hitting shots, it's going to be a great night. But, you know, Jeff, I was more impressed than coming out in that first half, especially their defensive tempo and how hard they made it for Miami to get their offensive rolling. And that's, in my opinion, what really started Louisville's offensive flow by their defense. And Jeff Walls has always put pride in that, is defense creates offense, defense wins championships, because you're not going to come out and shoot 50% every single night. The ball's not going to fall every single time, but you can, when you're playing good defense and your defense creates your offense, a lot of great things can happen.
It was a really tough defensive performance from Louisville tonight. You're going to see 19, maybe more turnovers. There's still a little bit of time left on the stat sheet. You're going to see Miami struggling from 3, but it was really in the trenches, making it difficult off the catch, different things like that that made it a great defensive performance. And you have one of the best scorers in the country and in your league, Haley Cavinder, coming in, and every single possession she had someone shadowing her and causing havoc on the offensive end for Miami.
Yeah, and that makes it hard to run through your offense, especially when you're defending your best scorer so tough from the beginning. It doesn't let your offense get in a flow, and Louisville did a really great job of, getting her out of the game early. She's definitely scored this game, but not letting her get her rhythm going.
Free throws coming up here for Harmon as we're going to take a look at what's next for Miami. And the schedule would suggest that there are definitely some winnable games coming up for Miami to get right. They've got the rivalry game against FSU on January 19th, but you look at that slate, it's not easy, but it's definitely a handful of games that Miami will say, look, we can bounce back and get back in the conversation of the top half of the league.
Yeah, definitely. And they're going to go back home and watch this game film and see what they did good and see what they can improve on. And that's the thing. It's only January. It's still a long season. Basketball's a grind. You have to show up every day and get a little bit better each and every day. So Miami's definitely not out of anything yet, but they're definitely going to need to watch this film and see what Louisville did to make them uncomfortable on offense and try to fix that.
Louisville gets it in just before a 5-second call. What do you think Jeff Walz is going to think about this performance?
Yeah, honestly, the first 3 quarters I thought were excellent defensive pressure, but what he's going to say, I think I can't read his mind. And I've been out of the game for him for 5 years now, but honestly, I think he's going to say that you have to play a 40-minute game no matter what. I'll take it back to the UConn game and use that as an example. UConn, no matter who they're playing, plays hard for 40 minutes, and that's what Jeff Walz is trying to get his team to do, is play hard, play tough, play an entire game no matter what the score is, as hard as they can, keep up the defensive pressure. That doesn't mean, just shoot layups day in and day out like the entire game, but just playing hard the entire game, just so when you get in the ACC tournament, when you get in the NCAA tournament, it just comes easy to you. It comes natural, and you're already so used to doing it, you don't even have to think about it.
Final minute here is some players getting some valuable time on the floor late in an ACC game. Miami basketball. We're excited to report that we'll talk with Jayda Curry after the game. Curry has been outstanding. We will make sure that you see it later. We're going to talk to her, but then we'll send it to you later so you'll be able to see it. Final 30 seconds of this one. As Miami will leave Louisville with its second loss in the ACC schedule. Louisville will move to 2-1 in league. With back-to-back wins, they beat BC on the road, and this will be their first home win in league play.
At the line for Miami is number 42, Leah Harmon. She'll shoot 2.
Take a look at what's next for Louisville. A couple of road trips. The Georgia Tech game looming large the way Tech has been playing. But I would say similarly for Louisville, this is a schedule that you would hope they could start racking up some wins in league play. Traditionally would be favored in those contests, as the crowd offers its appreciation for a strong performance from Louisville. 74-56 is how we're going to end things here at the KFC Yum Center. Your final thoughts, Jess?
Final thoughts overall, I think Louisville put up an excellent performance. Miami, they